Hey, let's hit the hot-cold spread and start with the good stuff. Hot fries, pizza, hot dogs, wings, nuggets, mac and cheese.
Do you eat wings at a baseball game?
Oh, yeah, everywhere. Cory Seager's hot, by the way. I mean, really hot. And if you drill down on what he's been doing, he's seeing more fastballs right now. Tonight he faces a 25-year-old rookie in Adrian Martinez, who's allowed 4 homers in 15 innings. And take a look at the in-zone swing percentage of July. He's always aggressive in the strike zone. That's why he used to be, one pitch out guy sometimes. But, man, he's swinging at nearly 90% of the stuff in the zone. And, yes, he is red hot right now. 7 homers in his last 24 games. Austin Riley's also hot, although he's never really had big numbers against Max Scherzer in limited exposure. Look at the slash line in his last 11 games. 489, 531, 933 slug. And he makes his hay against non-fastballs. Over his last 11 games, his slug against the non-fastball over 1,100. And dating back to the start of last season, only Yordan Alvarez is bigger in that regard. Finally, a hot team. It's the Miami Marlins, who've won 8 of their last 11. It's pitching-fueled success. 4-0 against the Nationals, 4-3 against the Cards, Angels, and Mets. They beat up on losing teams, 18-11 against teams under 500, and that bodes well for them against the Pirates tonight. And again, it's a starting pitching-fueled run. They're starters with a 2.55 ERA over the last week and a half.
How much does the starter for the Marlins, Sandy Alcantara, bring that ERA down with his, 1 ERA?
Yeah, lots. That's a fair point. But, they win the low-scoring pitcher duel type games. That's their forte. Let's talk about some of the colds, by the way. We have to do this.
We love being sadistic and pessimistic.
I know, it's kind of in my nature. The Guardians are cold right now. Cleveland is struggling. We talked about this a little while ago. They've lost 14 of 19 since they took sole possession of first place. 7 of their 9 losses this month have come against bottom dwellers of the division, swept by Detroit. They lost 2 or 3 to Kansas City. And this is telling for bettors. They've been outscored by 5 runs or more in half of those losses. Also cold is Tim Anderson, but we think it's tough luck because his 17 hard-hit outs are a top 10 figure dating back to June 20th. And if you take a look at the expected stats, it's the 5th highest difference between actual slug and expected slug. Same with WOBA, rather, if you value the really deep analytics. I would never bet against Tim Anderson. Maybe not in terms of power and slug, but he's always good for a couple hits a night. And I think that at the end of the season, all this evens out, and the expected stats match where he is going to be.
For the White Sox, one of their best hitters, Tim Anderson, he's been struggling. However, on Friday, I said on the show, do not discount him against this Detroit Tigers team. And that's what he did this weekend. This weekend against Detroit, he had 2 out of 3 games with multi-hit games. I would proceed with caution, though. Anderson has hit above 350 against the Tigers in 3 straight seasons. It's a good matchup for him. Can this help him get out of the cold streak? Maybe. I would just lay off those total bases or the runs scored until he starts to heat up against other teams aside for Detroit.
Yeah, the way to play Tim Anderson is hits. I mean, he's 2 for 5 every night for me when he's going good. And, by the way, he's coming off a groin injury. And guys are a little wonky when they come back that way. So maybe Tim Anderson, after the All-Star break, gets back to doing what he does. And by the way, the White Sox are doing what everybody expected them to be doing as they make a run for the top of the division once again.